Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, Vinces, and today I'm going to be talking about what I wish was in the Season of Mastery and what I hope is in future seasons for World of Warcraft. Number one is class balance. I want to see, like, uh, Retribution Paladins. I want to see balanced Druids. I want to see all of the meme specs be given something to help them just be more competitive when it comes to being DPS or whatever it might be. Give Druid tanks a little bit more, give Paladin tanks a little bit more, etc., etc. Because if they're going to be making the game more difficult, it's just going to be pushing the meta even further the way it was. There's going to be more warriors needed. There's going to be more mages doing damage instead of having boomkins or whatever it might be. And I think that that is a huge priority for future seasons. If they're not going to do it in Season of Mastery, I hope it's in the next one. Because I love playing those weird specs, but they don't really get a whole lot of love. And I really hope that in the future they actually add more items to the game that help those specs out if they're not going to actually change their talent trees. For instance, like a paladin tank doesn't really have, they don't have a taunt, so they can't really tank that effectively. They do pretty okay with AoE tanking, but it's still not the best. Or, for instance, like a balanced druid, they run out of mana, like instantly. If they didn't run out of mana, they would be able to do pretty decent damage, and they have a buff for everybody. So if they would just give them a little bit more mana regen, whether it's in their tree or just give them a set for themselves for balanced druids that would actually give them mana, that would fix that problem. The second thing that I wish that they would add would be, and I don't know how many people are going to agree with this, a way to basically move about the world a little bit more fast. There's nothing wrong with having flight paths in the game. It's kind of scenic. I like it. But I'm going to be honest, Final Fantasy has spoiled me a little bit. Being able to instantly teleport to wherever you want to go is really nice. I don't expect them to ever add something like that into the game, but maybe just add more flight paths into the game at least, or maybe give people mounts a little bit earlier. Something to just cut down on travel time, I think would be good. They're already kind of doing that with leveling. You're going to be leveling up faster, which is good. But yeah, travel time in WoW is just kind of insane. And another thing that would go with that would be when you wipe in a raid, make it so that you just spawn inside, or when you resurrect, you're just inside the beginning of the instance, or maybe right next to the boss when everybody respawns, like it does in Final Fantasy, because that would save a lot of time for people that are wiping. I don't know if they have any plans of implementing that stuff. If they do, that'd be good. But and then finally, I know that they're making ranking up faster for Honor. Being able to get rank 14 faster, that's cool and everything. It's still going to take a little while. It's still going to be a bit of a grind, which is good. I don't want it to be too easy. But I do hope that they kind of flesh out some of the PvP rewards. For instance, a healing shield would be good. And just in general, I think fleshing out all of the different gear in the game would be really good. Like, give Paladin's healing plate, please, please. Give everybody that has a set or a specific role in the game, i.e., like warriors and tanking, that's like all of their sets are for tanking. Maybe expand on that. Give them more tier sets for all of the different specs in the game, because it'd be really cool to have a little bit more variety in that way. I don't know if they'll ever do something like that. It would be kind of changing the game at a pretty fundamental level, but they've been open to changing things so far, and I think that these three things could be kind of cool to see. I love tier sets in World of Warcraft. I think it's a really cool idea. It does take a little bit of like development time to figure out what would be good and what would the stats have to be and when would you get it and all of that other stuff, because it's kind of it's a dance that you play with the players. If the developers give one class something way too strong too early, then that becomes the new meta, and it's kind of like, it's kind of not great. But I think that the game is due for a little bit of a meta shift anyway, and I think that that would be a good way to change it up. Before everybody says paladins have plate healing gear, they have their tier sets. Well, they don't really. It's not very good. It gives them a little bit of healing, but you could probably give them a little bit more healing on their plate gear from the tier sets. Or just, you know, in general, like I said, just flesh out all the different sets. Give them a tanking set. Give them a, you know, once they get the 3-piece, they get an ability that gives them taunt or something. You know, that'd be cool. Or for retribution, like the same thing. Give them, you know, an actual attack. That'd be cool. Like Holy Strike. You could literally take the ability from TBC and just make it a level 60 ability, and they get it then. That would be cool. Or make it a talent. That'd be fine too. And yeah, like I said, most of these issues I don't think are going to be resolved in the first season. It'll probably be in future seasons, if ever. But I do hope that they take a look at items eventually and just put some mana regen on some things. Like give elemental, or not elemental, I guess elemental shamans could use a set too, but enhancement shamans could use a little bit. Like running out of mana is a huge issue in Classic WoW. Even if you have potions, it's rough for a lot of classes, and it's going to be worse in Season of Mastery because the fights are going to be longer and harder, and the classes that already don't do competitive DPS are just not going to be picked over something that's already good, you know? So, but with that being said, that's this video. I was just talking about what I think should be in the next seasons of World of Warcraft. I am excited for Season of Mastery. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to play it on launch just because it's right before Endwalker, but I'm still excited to see what happens with it. I am glad about the hardcore thing, though. I think that's really cool, and I'm glad that Blizzard is listening to the players a little bit in that regard. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this one, please like the video, and if there's anything that you want to say to me, leave it in the comments below. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like this one, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.